It's 7:48. We've been trying to get up around 7:30 recently. So today I thought it'd be a good idea to show you what a day in the life of a self-employed van dweller is. This is a van and that is a Walmart. And unfortunately, most mornings the first thing that you gotta do is go in there to go to the bathroom. So that's where we're headed first. Today is kind of interesting because we have a lot of stuff going on, just in general. Right now we're in Panama City Beach. We've traveled all throughout the Northeast and down the coast, and we'll be heading west pretty soon. But I'm interested to show you the ways that living in a van has really affected how I work, because it's a lot harder to work in that, especially as we need to move places. Bathroom breaks take like 10 times longer than they used to. We showered yesterday and it was an hour out of the way. But if you're new to the channel, the work that I do is YouTube, so this stuff, as well as Amazon FBA reselling from retail stores like Walmart. This month I haven't been doing tons of reselling. I've been uploading videos every single day to the channel. But we sent in a shipment yesterday and I actually have to go buy some more stuff today and shoot a couple videos. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll tell you what my plan is for the day.
I think coffee's next.
Today we got a lot of stuff to do. I was planning on getting a lot done because I was gonna try to go fishing tomorrow. There's the longest pier in the Gulf here in Panama City Beach, Florida, and I haven't broke out my fishing rods in like 3+ months. So I was gonna go there, but I'm pretty sure the weather's not gonna be great. 70% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. Yeah, and it's raining all throughout Tuesday. So that puts a damper in my plans. So I'm thinking, if I can get everything I need to get done early today, I can go fishing, even though it'll be at night. Night fishing is also pretty good here in Florida. The one thing that I have to worry about now living in the van that I didn't before though, is the fact that now Chris and I are pretty much dependent on one another for anything that we want to do. If we want to go anywhere, the other person has to come because we only have one vehicle and it has our whole life in it. I don't think she needs to do anything today. I think she's doing a little bit of work as well, but that has been one of the struggles of working out of the van, constantly moving around and not being able to do things independent of one another. So the work day can get broken up pretty easily, and not because of anything that I necessarily need to do. What? And pretty good example of that just happened, so that's always fun. I was literally just saying that one of the struggles about working in the van versus elsewhere is we're very dependent on one another. A lot of times work can get broken up, like me having to wait to film for 5 minutes while she gets ready in the back, just because of life. And that's something that you gotta sign up for if you want to work in a van.
It's true. There was one time I had a video call and it was going a little over, and Anthony comes in and he was hungry, so he starts making food, and there's all this oil and sizzling, and I'm like trying to give my input, and
it was bacon.
You just hear this crackling, and it's like, this is life.
Yeah.
Thankfully my coworkers are understanding.
Also, speaking of that, do you need to go anywhere today?
I just have a meeting at 10:30.
We're just past 8 o'clock. Let's make some coffee for just one of us, right? Do you need any coffee?
No, I have my iced coffee that I bought.
That was a surprise. And while that's brewing, I'm just gonna make a to-do list for today, because whenever I do that, my days are a little bit more structured.
This was not made for van life.
No.
It's made for house life.
Not a lot of things are made for van life.
If they are, they're expensive.
Our coffee's finishing up. We have a much more substantial to-do list than I thought. Pretty much just wrote down all the stuff in the business that I needed to get done, so we'll organize this by priority because I don't think we'll be able to get it all done today, but we're gonna do our best. And unfortunately, I do have to actually put these on a to-do list when I have a heavy work day, eat breakfast and eat lunch. Otherwise, I normally won't do it.
It's true.
So for breakfast, we're just gonna have this real quick, and then we'll actually make a pretty serious lunch. I always make enough for 2, and then Chris either doesn't want it or she doesn't finish it, so I'll end up drinking like 2 cups of coffee. The other kind of difficult thing about working in the van is that multitasking is like very hard to do because there's such a limited space. We got 2 people trying to do our own thing in the morning in a very small space, and so it doesn't leave a lot of room. But now let me show you where we actually work in the van. The first one is back here. We have these 2 benches, and then this table that's actually on a swivel. It's just on some pipe, and it can go in between these 2 for us to eat or for one of us to work. And normally Carissa will work there if we're not at a coffee shop. But because I really like to have my own spaces, we made a second spot, and it's this table that actually flips down. It's on some hinges down here that you can actually flip down, but I realized that you could actually leave it up while you're driving, so it hasn't been down for like 2.5 months. What's nice about this is we put a swivel base on this, and so if we move this forward all the way, we could turn it around, and now I have a pretty perfect sized desk here. This fits my normal laptop as well as my second monitor, and this is where I'm able to work. And pretty much everything that I need to do work is in this bag. But I'm thinking about doing a what's in my desk tour video, which is basically just everything in this bag, let me know if you're interested in that. I'm gonna get everything set up and we'll actually get to work. Here's my little desk setup. We got a stand for my laptop, a stand for this extra 15-inch monitor. I just gotta turn it on. And then I have a keyboard and a mouse. And this all helps me to edit super fast, as well as just having an extra screen is really important because I do have to do my accounting today because I haven't done that for like 3 weeks. Alright, so I've taken all of my little notes from here and put them over into my notes app, which is where I do most of my day-to-day organization. I do have an app that I use on the computer, which is called ClickUp, which I really like, which is mostly like my calendar for video organization. But here's what we're looking at. It's in order basically from the time. So eat breakfast, I can pretty much check that off in a minute after I finish my drink. Right now I'm going to edit 3 videos and upload them because I can just schedule them. One of them is going live today, so I have to do the thumbnail at least for that one as well, and all my post-production, and I'll show you how I do that as I go through it. It's a pretty decent amount of work that you'd be surprised about. And then we got some stuff to do in Seller Central for stranded inventory that I have at Amazon. I have to organize my notes and then go do my accounting. And I might shoot a video on that accounting. I put a question mark there because I'm not sure yet. Just past the halfway point in the month, so I have to go over my goals for the month and then organize my video plan for the rest of the month to make sure that I'm in line with that. Then I got to eat lunch, and then after lunch, it'll be a good time to go and actually shoot these 2 other videos. I have a bunch of videos that I want to write after that, and then replying to comments at the end, hopefully while I'm fishing. That's a pretty decent amount of work, so I got to get into it. The first part of that actually is my file management, because my computer doesn't actually have a lot of storage space. I have the base model M1 MacBook Air. There's a lot actually available now because I deleted a decent bit of stuff, but I need to move this folder from yesterday onto my long-term hard drive and then get my short-term working hard drive and pull all the files that I need to actually edit today. But that's pretty in the weeds, and if you're interested in everything I do to like make a YouTube video happen, let me know and I can put a video together on that as well. It's 8:46 right now. I'm hoping I can finish all these edits by about 11 o'clock, which is pretty fast turnaround for me, but let's see if we can make it happen. Oh, it's been like an hour and a half. Luckily, I had already done a decent bit of editing on some of those videos, so we're actually exporting the second one. But it's just past 10 o'clock. I'm going to try to get one more video edited. I might be able to do it in just that hour because it was pretty off the cuff and not a lot of stuff. And I'm finding that videos that are under like 10 minutes for me, I'm able to get done in about an hour to an hour and a half because of how I shoot now. Chris is on a call, but my video is exporting, so that's a plus. Learning to shoot for the edit has been one of the best skills that I have for my YouTube channel in terms of saving time. It looks like my second video has been uploaded and complete. I'm just going to set it to private, and since this video is going to go up today, this Walmart 1 hour challenge, we're gonna have to do a thumbnail and create a title for it, and then the sticks challenge we'll worry about probably tomorrow or later because that video will probably go live in about 4 days. So it's thumbnail time. I don't think that'll be done by 11. I normally like to take 30 minutes to an hour to work on those, but hopefully around noon I can start making some rice for lunch and getting started on my accounting. But I did have to start standing up because this desk is pretty small and it was rubbing weirdly against my arms. Alright, went through the videos, still have to do the thumbnails. I think I'm actually gonna switch it up and do the thumbnails for all 3 of them because I already watched through the videos, figured out where I'm gonna put the ads, figured out what I think I want to title them, and if I can just get all those done, that might be a good idea. I might not go fishing today though. I might have to brave the storm. Actually, I don't have to do that. I can just do my reselling videos tomorrow. I don't normally do this, but because I actually want to go fishing, we're gonna do a cutoff for work today at 5 o'clock.
Set it up in that circle.
She's at a meeting. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do our reselling videos tomorrow. Why didn't I think of that earlier? I'm a glutton for work sometimes. It's bad. But the main reason I picked up the camera is because I have to go to the bathroom again, and that means going back into Walmart in like a 10 or 15 minute detour. Not as easy as when you're in an apartment. Back to work. Alright, it's finally about to be lunchtime, which is good because normally I wouldn't stop working, but because I put it on my to-do list, I really have to. So far what we've done is basically get these videos all ready to go. I have these 3 videos here. This one's going out today. I already scheduled it. These 2 are still private because one of the things on the to-do list is to actually schedule my videos for the rest of the month and organize that. But let me just give you an inside look as to what it takes to actually get a video up on the channel. Obviously, we have to upload it, I have to edit the video, but after I edit it, you're not quite done. What I do is create a new note, and I'll rewatch the video to make sure that there's no mistakes or anything left in it that shouldn't be in it, or if it's too boring, I can recut it. But while I'm watching it, I will put down the chapters for the video, which are the things that are kind of on the bottom here. If you scroll along the timeline, any cards that I have to put in for other videos that I talk about in the video, where I'm going to place the ads, and then also potential thumbnail options if I'm not quite sure on what the thumbnail is yet. After I do all that, I have to create the thumbnail, and I'll just show you one example. There's a video that's going to come out. It's probably already come out. It's about another email that I got from Amazon that I was a little worried about. I'll pull a bunch of stills, and then these are all the options that I have for the thumbnails, just a bunch of different craziness. And then the ones that I think would make for good thumbnails, we'll send those over into Lightroom to get edits done so that the colors are better, it's a little more punchy, it's a little bit better of a thumbnail. And then it's still not quite done because I want to separate myself from the background, maybe add some stuff in, and then the last thing that we have are the options. And so these are the options that I have for the thumbnail. I chose this one right now. I actually had only these other ones and realized, hey, I kind of like the lighter background, even though I like this with an arrow. And so I just had to go back into Photoshop and make one more edit. And now this is the one that I'm going with, but if it's not performing super well, I can change it to any of those and always reshoot thumbnails. After that, I have to go into YouTube, and we'll just go for that video. I have to put my title in, I go down here, and I add the chapters at the bottom, right down here, so that you can skip to places in the video if you'd like. I have to add my thumbnail, and then I go over here to add end screens to the end of the video. Oh, good to know I didn't do that for this one yet. An email that someone might send you an IP claim like happened in that video. So where I say that video, we're just real quick gonna go over to that video, which is this one. Put that over there, and move this right over to the end. And if you're creating on YouTube, one of the most important things is keeping people in the video as long as possible. So getting out of the video really quickly is important, which is why I have that at the very, very end. I don't have a lot of fluff, just kind of content, and then the video ends, and I point you to another video if I can. But with that, we're pretty much done with those videos. I'm gonna make some food. It's 1 o'clock, so we're gonna take a quick little rest. I only have 4 hours left, so while we're making food, I'm gonna do a lot of the rest of the stuff on my to-do list. Edit, all those are uploaded, thumbnail. So I'll just start to rice, and then we'll get back over to this. And we're just gonna move this, shooting those videos, for tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to get the rest of this done. We're just gonna do sandwiches, actually. Nice thing is whenever we save condiments from places, we have an actual place to put them in the car. I'd always save them when we lived in apartments, but they would just stay in my car, and then we'd be in Florida and it was too hot, so now we can actually make use of them. Can you turn off my camera? I just need to get this quick shot, but I'm too comfy. So as you might be able to tell, it got a little bit darker. It's 5 o'clock. Oh man, I gotta be honest. I was sitting down, I was grabbing a lunch, and I was like, let me throw on The Witcher. I started watching it. Now 3.5 episodes later, it's time to get back to work. But that's just the reality of working for yourself sometimes. Without having a deadline or anybody to tell you what to do, sometimes you could just not do work. So it is 5 o'clock. I looked at the weather tomorrow before I decided to watch like the 2nd or 3rd episode, and saw that I could actually go to the pier tomorrow morning before it actually starts to rain, and then do my reselling later. So today we're gonna finish up doing some work. Probably just gonna get to accounting, hopefully some scripting, but luckily we have videos uploaded for today and tomorrow at the very least, and we can film some more to get ready for Sunday. But I mean, to be honest, I am disappointed in myself. One of the things that I'm trying to learn more and more is like, hey, it's okay to just take breaks if I'm tired. I was very tired, so I took a break, and that's okay. But I think the thing that's even harder about it is that I set the goal of daily uploads for myself, and I've been hitting that, but that is just been so much work to get done. Time to sit back down and get to some accounting. I'm a mess. Okay, so obviously not gonna be able to show the accounts and everything because that's my bank account, but I use QuickBooks to do my accounting. And I need to organize my notes because a lot of notes, or I put different things in regards to mileage, and that's something that I put into my accounting software because you can get like 56 cents written off on your taxes for every mile that you drive for business purposes, and we drive a lot of miles for business purposes because we're going across the country shooting videos and stuff, so we gotta track that. All right, before we get there, let's head over to Seller Central real quick. My day's picked up a little bit, $278 in sales, not terrible because I just sent in a shipment recently and I haven't sent in inventory for a while. So we'll go over to fixed stranded inventory here, and I have 4 things. This one I've had an open case for ages. It's gone in and out of my stranded inventory. It's so annoying. I don't know why it does that, but it sells every time that it gets back. I have this case open forever, so I'm just so confused because this one's pending Amazon action for this unit as well as this one at the top, so I don't even really know what to do with that. Just know if you have that struggle, you're not alone with it. I think after Q4 is over in like 2 weeks, they might finally get around making that right. But for now, I'm literally just been waiting on Amazon action. I opened 3 or 4 cases because they kept answering the question and saying, hey, go relist it, and I'll relist it, and nothing happens. And then they said they escalated it, but no one's gotten back with me. So real quick, for these other 2, what happened is I deleted the listing because I didn't have any inventory, and then maybe I got a return, or maybe I accidentally deleted it, and I want to go and just create a new listing. So I click that, match the price, save and finish, and now the listing should be created. And sometimes I'll even get an email that lets me know that the listing has been created. I didn't get that one for that. Can it save and continue? You don't really need to though. I haven't found, and just going back there, it should go away, but it hasn't been. So all I'm gonna do is go to these stranded units, copy these ASINs, and just open up a case in Seller Help by going all the way up here, clicking into it, and then it's pretty easy. You put the ASIN up here and then describe the issue. And normally they get back with you within 1 to 2 days, unless they need to escalate it, and then they don't get back with you for weeks, apparently. That's pretty simple. I'll knock that out. Then I have 37 notes right now. I try to keep that below 10 because I use that and ClickUp. And normally a lot of these are just like video ideas that I'll throw in ClickUp, or mileage that I'll throw in QuickBooks. But it's 5:07 now. I'll probably only work for about another hour today, and that'll be about 7-ish hours of work, which isn't the most. But we've been working a lot this month, and that's okay, because I don't have any necessary deadlines, but I do need to get some stuff done. And unfortunately, this was a brutally honest day in the life instead of what I wanted it to be, which was an ideal day in the life where I get so much crap done and then go fishing and I'm really happy and proud of the work that I do. But more often than not, when you work for yourself, it's a little bit of a struggle, especially when you have almost nobody relying on you for anything. You need a lot of internal motivation, and some days you have it, some days like today, you just don't. Well, the first step of accounting actually went a lot faster than I thought it was going to. It's actually already done, and all my books are reconciled, which is nice because I haven't done that in like 3 or 4 weeks, and I normally do that every 2 weeks. But the one thing that I want to talk to you guys about is just so you know some of the behind the scenes about the YouTube channel. So I posted this video today, and I'm so confused because all my retail arbitrage sourcing vlogs do like really well, and so I thought this would do well. If you have any thoughts on why this video didn't do as well, I'd be interested. One of my thoughts is because it's Friday, and normally the weekends are like really not good days for me, just overall. The weekdays, Monday through Thursday, are normally the best days, but I'm confused about this video. I've messed around with the title and thumbnail a decent bit, gone through a couple iterations, because that's normally what I'll do, except my click-through rate is alright. Normally, I like seeing it about 15 to 18% for these type of videos, but YouTube says this video is appealing to a smaller audience than usual, but I just feel like they haven't shown it to as many people because I looked at the number of impressions. So sometimes YouTube can be weird, and if you wanted to get started, or if you are on YouTube, I don't even know if anybody really knows what's going on. Still have to deal with the mileage real fast. And so I'm going to organize the notes before I do that. And I think the last thing that I'm going to do today is organize the video plan for the rest of the month. I have been replying to comments all throughout the day, and I just kind of do that as I go. So we'll finish that up. I'll pretty much end out the day. It's about 5:36 now. I might try to go fishing still. We'll see. Okay, so one trick that I have for you, if you do record your mileage in the Notes app like I do, it's probably not the best way to do it, but it's how I do it, and I actually don't mind that much. In QuickBooks, you have a few different columns. You have start and end of trip, the total mileage, and the reason, and so I will just put in my general notes all the different trips that I've taken, and then when I'm organizing like I just did, I'll just throw them all over into this mileage folder, and then I have 1, 2, 3, all of these ones. I'll put my mileage master in one window, and then the rest of it in this other window, and then I'll just translate all of the actual mileage over into this window before I put it over into QuickBooks, and that just saves me a little bit of time. Almost done sorting through the notes, and we might just call it. I'm a little tired, honestly. All right, 6 o'clock on the dot right now, and we now only have 5 notes. Everything's been pretty much organized, and that's because I have a billion ideas in ClickUp. I mean, just look at this. 35 ideas, 45 with title and thumbnail options done, 3 of them scripting, 2 of them filming. It's a bit of a mess. I have ideas for like months, and they just don't stop coming, which is great, but also kind of annoying because then I never know which videos to do, and then I end up overthinking it, and then I just struggle to put stuff out, but that is what it is. Really, all that's left to do for today is to make sure that I have videos planned out for the rest of the month. It's 6 o'clock, we've started work around 8 o'clock setting up for this video, 3 hours of a break, so probably only about 7 hours of work today, but I need to get better at learning to rest and take breaks because we've been working a lot this month. I don't think it's going super well for Carissa and I's relationship because we haven't been communicating well or just being on the same page, so on that great note, I'll see you tomorrow.